But yeah, after that, Ron looking, he's like, man, what the fuck he just did, you know? So Pete go back in his room and he go in here and slam the door real quick, you know? So then Ron's like, shit, man, damn, that's kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying? The way that, you know what I'm saying, that shit just went off right there. He said, shit, that shit shouldn't have went down like that. He said, I don't know what the fuck Wall trying to, you know what I'm saying, insinuate or whatever. So then that's when Wall walked over there too. Like I said, he got that little eye, you know what I'm saying, like that. He got it down. He's like, shit, man, y'all mind y'all business, you know. He's like, Ron, man, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I do ain't got nothing to do with you. He said, man, that man gonna pay me, you know what I'm saying? Or else I'm gonna do something to him. He's like, man, that man didn't steal your coffee, you know, and you already know that. And Wild's like, shit, yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? I know he did because somebody told me that he did it. And he's like, man, come on, man. Ain't nobody told you nothing like that. They going back and forth. Now, them two about to, you know what I'm saying, standing up, and they about to actually get into it, you know. So I was like, hey, Ron, let's go up to the cell, man. You ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying, tripping like that, man. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So he's like, all right. So he move on, you know what I'm saying. We start walking up to the cell house. And that's when Wall was like, yeah, run on off, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Basically, Ron just got punked, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? We get up into the cell. I was like, man, what's going on, man? I said, man, you all right, man? He's like, yeah, man, I'm cool, Fats, man. He said, man, I joke a lot, but shit, I don't play when it comes to certain stuff, you know? And I was like, yeah, man, but shit, like I said, man, you don't want to be doing nothing, getting into them people's business, because you never know what can kind of happen or whatever. You lose your life real quick and fast in a hurry by doing something stupid up in there. And he was like, yeah, man, I know that, man, you know, but shit, that motherfucker don't need to be doing that old kind of bullshit right there. And I was like, shit, that's real, man. He need to kind of stand up for himself to where, you know, he ain't got to, you know, get into them situations to where somebody gonna be trying to run some type of game on him. I mean, Pete got to do something or whatever, because if he don't, you know what I'm saying, you never know what can kind of happen, you know. So store day come. He didn't get, like I said, he just been there. So his first store day, they ain't gonna give him nothing or whatever. So Ron's like, shit, man. He's looking and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because Wall going around collecting stuff from people and stuff. So then he go down there to Pete's cell. He talking to Pete or whatever. And Pete's like, shit, you know, I don't know what they actually talking about or whatever. But when we get back up at the room, that's when he tell me, he's like, shit, man, he ain't gonna be able to pay him. And now he's trying to say that Wall got to give him two things of coffee next week, you know what I'm saying, or else, you know what I'm saying. I was like, damn, man. I said, he putting pressure on that man like that? He was like, yeah, man, he putting pressure on him, Pete, man, for no motherfucking reason at all. I don't know why Wall doing that old stupid ass stuff, you know. So I was like, shit, damn, man. I said, shit, man, I don't know, man, you know what I'm saying? Because like when it comes to those type of situations, you know what I'm saying, you got to, you know what I'm saying, either stay to yourself or don't get involved in it, because you never know. Y'all leave it in the comments what y'all think, you know, this situation could have been even turned out even better or whatever. But shit, as of right now, it's not looking too good for Pete, because if Pete don't stand up for himself, you know, you never know what can kind of happen, you know what I'm saying? He can get his manhood taken. I mean, he can be extorted, you know what I'm saying, for months and months at a time. I mean, anything can happen, but yeah, Pete need to kind of hurry up and figure out what he gonna do. So, like I said, you know what I'm saying, Ron getting kind of upset walking, you know what I'm saying, and stuff, talking and laughing and joking, trying to get his mind up off that, you know. So I was like, shit, damn. So Saturday come again, hamburger day again, and when we coming up in there, Ron was like, let's see if he get the hamburger or whatever. And he said after that, man, we can kind of know what's kind of going on with this whole situation. So, like I said, they sitting at the table, Ron, you know what I'm saying, looking over there at that, you know, and then there, boom, Pete ended up giving, you know what I'm saying, Wall the burger. So then that's when Ron was like, man, damn, man, eating this burger and shit. It's like, shit, man, I'm telling you, man, something going on with those two, man. He said, man, that man got to be running some type of game on that man for some type of reason or whatever. So I'm like, shit, damn. I'm just looking at it because, shit, I don't want to get myself involved in nothing like that. But, you know, just depending on the whole situation or whatever, you got to kind of think, you know, if somebody that you riding with and hanging out with is going through some type of problem, you got to try to figure out a way to trying to make sure that those people are all right, because I don't want to get no new roommate or whatever. So Ron getting kind of upset. He's like, shit, I'm going to go to the yard tonight, man. You know, I was like, shit, all right, man. So he go out to the yard. I go out there as well. Like I said, I just watch the track. You know, I don't really do too much workout or hang out with nobody out there on the basketball court or anything like that. So I was just walking the track. That's when Pete and Ron, they could start walking the track too. So when they caught up with me, they was talking and stuff, you know, and that's when Ron was telling Pete, he was like, hey, man, you just going to have to stand up for him, and, you know, you just going to have to make sure that you put your foot down on it, even if you get your ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, because, shit, if you don't, I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a bad situation, you know, and Pete was like, shit, but I don't know, man. I don't know what to actually do. He said, I ain't scared of him or nothing like that. He said, I just don't want no type of problems or whatever. And Ron was like, shit, man, I'm telling you, man, if you don't stand up for yourself right now, after all this stuff right here, he's like, shit, man, you just never know what's going to happen to you after that. So Pete was like, shit, man. He's like, shit, I don't, man. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, do my time. I ain't trying to mess with nobody. I ain't trying to, you know, get myself caught up in no type of bad situation or whatever. And that's when Pete was like, shit, you are in a bad situation because, shit, somebody trying to get over on you. You got to kind of figure out if you want to not have allowed that to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because once it start happening once, it's going to start happening twice. And he was like, shit, yep. He's like, shit, people have been telling me that stuff. So I'm listening to them talking, you know, I ain't interrupting them or anything, like getting myself up in the conversation, because it ain't got nothing to do with me right now. So we get back to the little cell house, and I'm like, shit, man, we're going to run another game before we lock down. He's like, yeah, let's go down here and finish this out. So we was already playing the game. We was just finishing the game off. So while we down there, that's when that motherfucking wall come down there. Like I said, y'all always, you know what I'm saying, lurking and prowling, doing some most dumb ass shit. I ain't never seen him act this kind of way, you know what I'm saying, since I've been doing. I just seen him when he be coming up there, you know what I'm saying, with his eye kind of low and stuff like that. So Ron's like, shit, man, let's see what type of bullshit this motherfucker on right now, you know. So I'm like, shit. Yeah, man, I was like, shit, just looking at that motherfucking wall, just doing this normal stuff, going over to the Pete's door, knocking on it, you know what I'm saying, all the time. I'm telling the man probably knock on his door probably about 3 or 4 times a day. Like, he's just consistent with all this, whatever the game he's trying to run on, whoever he's trying to run it on. I ain't never seen him run no game on nobody or try to influence nobody or extort anybody. So I ain't really know too much about his whole situation when it came to certain stuff like that. But yeah, he was, like I say, he was just on a mission this last couple weeks. You know, I was like, damn, man, you know, because you can just see it. You know what I'm saying? Because a person break their little habits of what they doing, you can kind of see it because everybody's on the same routine in the penitentiary. So one day, the next day, I'm sitting up in there in the day room and stuff, talking to, you know what I'm saying, Ron. So Ron's like, shit, he about to go to the library, and I was like, shit, all right, man. I said, I ain't gonna go to the library or whatever. So when he was going to the library, that's when I seen Pete also going to the library. So they both went over to the library. So I'm sitting up in here, you know what I'm saying, my little cell and stuff, getting ready to go take my little shower. You know, waited until everybody got back, you know. So then I get out, go take my little shower. I'm in the back, me and Ron back there taking our shower. So that's when Pete come up in the shower. And when he come up in the shower, Ron's like, shit, you understand what I was saying earlier today? And Pete's like, yeah, man. He's like, shit, yeah, I understand, man. I'm gonna go on and try to see if that'll work, you know. So I was like, shit, man, what y'all talking about? He was like, nah, I was just over in the library talking to him about something. And hopefully that he can kind of figure it out, you know what I'm saying, after that. So we finished taking our shower, we leaving on out. And that's when Wall come up in the shower as well. I mean, him and Pete back in the back taking the shower. So Ron walked by Wall and mugged him up and down. They bugging each other up and down like that, you know what I'm saying? And Wall's like, keep pushing. So I pushed Ron, you know what I'm saying? So he can keep on going, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't want him, you know what I'm saying, getting into no type of beef or whatever. Just go ahead and go, man, you know? So we chilling and shit. We get back to the cell, you know. He's like, man, this motherfucker's been pushing all type of buttons, ain't he? He's like, he just think that he can just run game on anybody and just think that he can get away with it. And I'm like, shit, man, just go on and chill out, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to get involved and all that. So I said, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you talking to that dude, you know, Pete, man, and showing him some game and stuff. But shit, whatever he do, you know what I'm saying, when on store day, man, that ain't got nothing to do with you at all, man. I said, shit, if he either gonna pay him or he ain't, you know. So Ron's like, yeah, you right, man. You know, I was like, shit, man, I know I'm right, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, if a motherfucker don't pay when it comes to certain stuff up in the penitentiary, you just actually never know what can kind of happen when it comes to those type of situations. So me and Ron up in there, you know what I'm saying, we just keep on talking or whatever, you know. So then Monday come, and because that's the door day we get our story sheets, so we filling them out, you know what I'm saying. And me and Ron down in the day room playing dominoes, we filling all of the story shit out, you know. That's when Wall go over there to Pete's cell. I don't know if he gave him a list or whatever, you know, or whatever they was doing. But I was saying to myself, shit, man, why you over there, you know what I'm saying, going to that man's store after that man did that old crazy ass shit to him. I mean, it was kind of crazy because shit, even after that man slapped that man or whatever, I mean, that man still was going over there, you know what I'm saying, talking to that man, gave him his hamburger and everything. So I'm like, shit, man, damn, man. I was like, shit, man, shit, Pete gonna have to do something because shit, if he don't, you know what I'm saying, you just never know what's gonna happen with that. So Ron's over there laughing now, and I'm like, shit, man, what you laughing about? He was like, shit, man, shit, it's just funny how the ball rolling right now. And I was like, shit, yeah, it is funny how the ball rolling because that ball is rolling kind of fucked up, you know what I'm saying, right now. So we sitting up in there, you know what I'm saying, just doing our normal stuff. We go back up to the cell and stuff. Ron doing his whole walking back and forth, upset about Wall and stuff. I'm like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, you know what I'm saying, when this motherfucker gonna click, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, the way that he's walking and stuff, you know, and the way that he's always agitated about this whole situation, you just kind of never know what a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, is kind of on right there at that moment. So I'm looking at him doing his normal stuff. So then Wednesday come on store day. Now, like I said, while doing his normal stuff, going around getting his stuff from people, hitting people's doors up and stuff. So then I ain't never seen him go over to Pete's cell or anything like that. I don't know if Pete took it up to him. I don't know what that kind of happened with that whole thing, because I ain't ever seen, you know what I'm saying, Wall going over there. So later on that afternoon, we come back from the yard, and that's when Wall come back downstairs. And he's like, shit, that motherfucker didn't pay me today. He said, I was just looking and shit, you know. And he goes over there to Pete's cell. And when Pete opened the door, he didn't open it up all the way, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But you could see Wall with his finger pointed, like pushing it up against his head like this, you know what I'm saying, in the door or whatever. And he walked by, and when he walked by, he was like, shit, that motherfucker didn't pay me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. He said, I'm gonna go ahead and whip his motherfucking ass, you know what I'm saying, tonight. And Ron was like, shit, nah, man. He said, man, Wall, man, you ain't got to be doing nothing like that, man. He said, man, just leave that boy alone or whatever. He was like, shit, what you gonna pay for it? You gonna give me my 2 bags of coffee? You know what I'm saying? He's like, cause shit, you always in my business, like you trying to protect somebody or whatever. What, you gonna pay my motherfucking coffee or whatever? And Ron was like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with me. He's like, exactly. So keep your motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, mind to your own motherfucking business. Don't get into none of mine, you know. So then that's when Wall go back up to his cell. He up in there chilling, you know what I'm saying, for probably about 10 minutes. He come back down. And when he come back down, he go over there to the ice machine and fill up his little ice cooler or whatever. So then I'm like, shit, damn, man, you know, just looking outside, this motherfucker's really tripping, you know what I'm saying, off some more bullshit, off some more fucking old coffee or whatever. So then we're sitting down there, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we playing dominoes, you know what I'm saying, I'm eating my little ramen noodle soup, you know. And that's when Pete come out to go do his ice. And so then Wall hurry up and come running downstairs, you know, real quick, you know. They got to going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Bah, 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 bah. So then that's when motherfucking Pete turned around and just smacked motherfucking Wall. Bam! And when he smacked him, his eye came out. You know what I'm saying? Because he had one of them old eyes or whatever. So when that motherfucker fell out, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the day room started laughing and stuff. So Wall looked at everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, Pete slapped him kind of hard the way that he smacked him, you know what I'm saying? Bam! He smacked his motherfucking ass real motherfucking hard, you know what I'm saying? His motherfucking eye came out, you know. Maybe that's why his eye was always low and stuff like that. But yeah, his eye came out, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the pod started laughing and stuff. And then once everybody in the pod started laughing, that's when Wall kind of looked, you know what I'm saying? Because he knew that, you know what I'm saying, everybody was laughing about his motherfucking eye or whatever came out of his motherfucker. But when he smacked that motherfucker, Pete smacked that motherfucker so motherfucking hard to where, shit, I ain't think he had it in him. And then Ron was like, shit, man, I told that motherfucker to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Smack his ass like he smacked him, you know what I'm saying? When we went to the library that time, I told him what he needed to do next time. Or when he came and asked for his shit and whatever, that's what he had to do. So I was like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of motherfucking crazy right there, Pete, man. Ron, man, you know what I'm saying? You did that shit, like told Pete to do that, and he was like, shit, yeah, man. He's like, shit, because if the man didn't stand up for himself, you just never know what can kind of happen in that motherfucking situation right there. But yeah, in prison, you got people all the time that try to ruin game on you, that try to bully you, that try to extort you, because anything that you get from another inmate up in there is always a plus. So they think that as long as they getting something from somebody, they winning. So like I said, you know what I'm saying, my best advice to you is kind of stand up for yourself while you up in there. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, no type of bully or anything like that. But my really best advice to you is don't even go to prison at all to get yourself in a situation to where you really have to defend yourself when it comes to those type of situations right there. Because all situations ain't good when it comes to certain things. But yeah, this is your boy Fats. Go on, hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. And one more thing, you know what I'm saying, if you watch this whole video, only 15% of y'all people have subscribed to my channel, and a lot of people have been watching my videos but ain't been subscribing. And if you one of those people that haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to your boy, you know what I'm saying? Show me some love and support. I really appreciate that. I'm up out of here.